Hi, my name is Clark Pierce. I'm a doctor of biochemistry medicine, and my experience has been in diabetes research. We'd like to talk today a little bit more about cortisol and what high levels of cortisol can do, the detrimental effects they've had and that they've been finding in research. Cortisol we need. All of us need cortisol because cortisol helps to fight against too much stress in our bodies. But incredibly high levels, which we've been finding, are very serious. And what have they been finding? Well, they find that high levels of cortisol are associated with everyone that dies has high levels of cortisol. They find that high levels of cortisol cause weight gain, especially belly fat. High levels of cortisol decrease your immune system. High levels of cortisol cause brain fog and also atherosclerosis. So it's a problem we don't think much about, but it's getting a lot of attention in research now. And two of the studies that have been very interesting. One of the studies was done by Harvard School of Medicine. The other study was done by Dr. Eskelin, one of the researchers in the Laminine stem cells. Harvard's found, in their studies, Harvard Medical School found that stem cells could reduce cortisol by 50%. And of course, Dr. Eskelin found analogous results and did find a little bit more about what some of the harmful effects of high levels of cortisol are. But let's take a look at this and see what the Laminine stem cell can do for you to cut your cortisol levels. Why is it important to cut your cortisol levels? And we'll look just briefly at the brain and the central nervous system. This is the sympathetic nervous system, and this is called the fight or flight nervous system. You see a bear in the woods, and it immediately hits your adrenal glands, and you run. But the sympathetic nervous system is stimulated all the time because of our high, fast-paced, stressful society that we live in. All of us seemingly are under stress all the time. And so, just to look at this, there's a presynapse and a postsynapse. And there's some nerve end plates that have chemicals, very important chemicals that are associated with them. And so what happens here is that the stress that we go through all day long stimulates epinephrine and norepinephrine at these nerve end plates, and that produces more adrenaline. Of course, as we produce more adrenaline, the body also tries to compensate for that by producing more cortisol. So how does this work? How can the Laminine stem cell help you? Well, the brain can turn the Laminine stem cell into an inhibitor cell. And it can go right down here to the epinephrine and the norepinephrine end plates, and it can cause those chemical receptors to quit producing that much, an overabundance of epinephrine and norepinephrine, and that cuts down your adrenaline levels. But it also cuts down your cortisol levels. So what does that do? When you can cut down your cortisol levels, you decrease brain fog, you help your body lose weight, you increase your immune system, and most importantly, you decrease the acid levels in your body. So it's really important. If you use the Laminine stem cell, you have the possibility of eliminating all of the problems with cortisol, increased cortisol levels, plus you decrease your adrenaline levels, but thereby decreasing stress. While we're here on this chart, let's just take a quick look at what one of the other things that the Laminine stem cell can do for you. And that is very important because over here the Laminine stem cell produces lysine. The Laminine stem cell along with lysine can help produce serotonin. Well, what's serotonin? It's a neurotransmitter that can help the parasympathetic nervous system slow you down. So what does that mean? It can help you get better rest. It can slow you down. It's called the happy pill. It can help you be in a better mood. It can help you sleep better. It balances, actually, the serotonin. If you have increased levels of serotonin, it's been shown that it actually balances all of the hormones in your body, creating homeostasis.